Hi there, welcome to episode 2 of A Tog's Life. This is my video diary of my photographic world. And this week I want to talk about something fairly specific, which is a trip that I'm going on in a week's time to the Gambia in West Africa. So my world at the moment is all about malaria tablets, typhoid injections, cleaning my camera gear and all the good stuff that has to be done before you go away on a trip. I make it sound like a chore, and it's actually not, because I really love researching trips and planning how to get the best out of them, and it just appeals to the researcher in me and the geek in me who loves to find out about different parts of the world. I'm going to be armed with this. This is going to be my Bible for the trip, which is my helm guide to Senegal and the Gambia, particularly for birds. And so this is really what the trip's going to be all about, and hopefully I'll come back having set a specific plan with images that are going to tell a very specific and consistent story. This isn't supposed to be a scattergun kind of road trip around the Gambia, and I'm going to be working some very specific areas to get some very specific results. So the plan for the Gambia is to really concentrate on 2 or 3 places in quite a small area, and hopefully I've established places that are going to be very successful for wildlife photography, for bird photography in particular. And you can see here a basic map. This is a really close-up map with a scale of only a kilometre or 2 in it, and basically in the Gambia, this area here is the airport. This is where my hotel is. And I have 1, 2, 3, 4 small areas just around, literally within a kilometre or 2, that I know are good birding destinations. One of them is literally so close to my hotel that I can walk to it, which is going to be amazing, which is a coastal woodland area called Tangi Bird Reserve. The locals call it Karinti. And I'm really hopeful I'm going to see a lot of species there. It's apparently great for wading birds, which is one of my favourite types of bird to photograph, and it's also a place where over 30 different species of raptor have been seen, so I'm hoping for lots of birds of prey as well. And I'm kind of hoping to be able to join up a story from the UK, because a lot of the birds that migrate from the UK, that summer in the UK and migrate away from the UK about this time of year, are all heading for the Gambia. So birds like ospreys that you see in this country at various reserves, in the north of England and in Scotland through the summer, are now making their way to the Gambia and setting themselves up for their winter sun. So the chance to go and actually photograph the same birds that I might have seen at reserves in this country over there is a really interesting part of this story. So I've got the coastal birds here. I've then got another reserve called Abuko, which is pretty well known in the Gambia, is quite a popular tourist destination, but is a very small slice of tropical rainforest, but one that's pretty untouched and apparently is bustling with plenty of life. It's actually apparently the closest piece of tropical rainforest to the UK anywhere in the world. If you draw a straight line to anywhere, it's the nearest place you can visit that type of habitat. So although it's quite small, only literally a couple of square kilometres, it's pretty dense forest from what I can gather. So different species of birds, and also they have some fairly big pools there, which apparently do have a small population of Nile crocodiles. So there's a possibility of seeing them as well. And they also have 5 or 6 species of snake there. Snakes are never particularly easy to find, especially in that sort of terrain, but I will be keeping an eye out. I'll be being fairly wary as well. They have green mamba there, they have forest cobra, and they have puff adders, so I'll need to be careful where I'm putting my feet. But hopefully if I can find some reptiles as well, I'm sure there'll be lots of lizards and spiders and all sorts of other good stuff to photograph as well. So the idea is to spend the maximum amount of time in the week in the smallest number of locations, and I'm hoping that literally these 2 or 3 locations that are close by, easy to access, are going to give me a lot of material. So the aim is to be really specific here, and work these particular areas that I've established are going to be good. Give myself the maximum amount of time there at the right times of day. I want to be there early in the morning and late in the afternoon when the light is good, when hopefully there won't be too many people around. All I need to do is avoid the mosquitoes and sandflies, and hopefully everything should work out well, and hopefully it'll be a great trip, and lots of good photographs to share with you all when I get back. So wish me luck. I will probably post again in about 10 days or 2 weeks when I'm home, and hopefully I won't have been bitten by a puff adder and I won't have malaria, and it'll have been a very successful trip. So fingers crossed, I'll talk to you then.